Hi everybody, Brad McCully here. Welcome to the first class or installment of B-Man School of Business. The mission or purpose of this website and these classes is really to try to bring some common sense lessons I've learned over 40 years of business and sharing my knowledge and things that help bridge the business world out in the community to the people in the classroom. So you learn in the classroom. We'll talk a little bit about some common sense things in these classes and hopefully help you bridge the gap as you move into the working life sector and get some things going there. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the anatomy of a company, of a business. When I was growing up, I went through the apprentice program at CAT. And I was an electrician, very technical. Then I went to college and studied electronics technology. But when we started the company the startup company that I worked in, I really didn't know all the departments and what they did and really the anatomy of a business and what it looked like and what they did. So I'm thinking, well, maybe some of you are in the same boat. So I thought I'd go through a quick high-level overview. This is just what I know about. It isn't every company, it isn't every business. There's lots of variation to this, but I thought I'd just go through this real quick with you and maybe kind of spell it out. Might help you formulate a little bit about what you'll be going into when you go into business, how the departments are, what they do, and just maybe help you moving forward. First thing I want to talk about is customers. Really, that's the essence of every business, or the market. What needs to be fulfilled? What problem are we solving, right? So we'll just go through this real quick. Operations, how we fulfill that need or solve that problem. They're the business that we're in. So marketing, right? How will we find our customers in the market? How we communicate to them? How do we start the business process, if you will? Sales, who's going to communicate the commercial terms and the value and work with the customer on the front end before we sell stuff. Now, sometimes in certain markets, the operations, the person that actually hands them the widget that they're buying, and sales, those are really could be combined in the same thing. But then in some areas, you're talking about distribution channels and a lot of things. This is just my experience in the service business. Suppliers. What else does operations need to deliver to the customer? You can't do everything yourself. Nobody can do everything. So you'll need suppliers or contractors to provide other things to help you deliver to your customer. Accounting. Who's going to manage the money? Who's going to keep track of the money? And I'm going to go through each of these again just a little bit more and touch on them. Engineering. Who will design the product or service? Do continuous improvement, right? Human resources. Who's going to hire all these people? Who's going to hire the people? And there's some other functions in HR also. Executive offices, right? Who will manage the overall business? Who's going to make the big decisions? Information technology department. Who will manage the technology, computers, software, those things? So these are just high level, some of the departments as they all interact to help you deliver value to your customers. So let's just go through each one real quick. Like I said, the customer or the market, they have a need to fulfill. And interestingly enough, there's 3 generic criteria when you buy something. The quality of what you're buying, the delivery, when can I get it, and the cost to get it. So used to be pick any 2, right? You can have poor quality at a low cost or slow delivery at a low cost or whatever. But now a lot of times customers are looking for all 3. So think about, I have to have the quality that the customer wants. I have to be able to deliver it on time and at the right cost, and that's what it takes to win. Operations, same kind of thing. They're delivering the quality delivery and at the right cost, but also they impact the customer experience. So you want customers to come back, you want them to feel good about doing business with you. The customer experience is important. Like when you go to a restaurant, they got good food, the prices are good, but the people that wait on you, how they interact with you, do they make it a fun experience or do they make it a miserable experience? Real important for operations. And we can talk about this some more. All right. Marketing functions. Demand creation, they're out there, they're advertising, they have billboards, they're sending emails, they're creating content, marketing content to send to people so they understand your products and services. Product management, in some cases, you might have multiple products in your portfolio for your company, and marketing will help manage that because they're really close to the customer. Website management, customer research. Marketing is out there collecting data to make sure that you're doing the right things for your customers. Your products and services are positioned appropriately to be successful. And then brands management, which is really about trust. Your brand is really about trust in the marketplace. Do the customers trust you? What do they think about you? Those things. So we can get deeper into this in other videos, but kind of a big deal there. So sales. Cold calling. So they'll call on customers. Sometimes you might be on the lot waiting for customers to come. Sometimes you're making phone calls. Like we get a lot of phone calls nowadays, right? People trying to sell us insurance or whatever. Maybe you staff the counter or the lot, your salesperson. Maybe you're negotiating price and payment terms. You're negotiating contracts. So we do quite a bit of that in the business that I'm in. Customer relationship management and solutions development. So if you've got a portfolio of services and you're working with a client as a salesperson and maybe with some support, you figure out which products and services and how they get packaged to best service that customer. So, who will communicate the accounting, accounts receivable. Somebody keep track of, hey, this customer owes me money. Make sure we get it when we're supposed to and work with that. Accounts payable. We owe people money, so we have to manage that and make sure they get paid. Cash management. They work with banks, making sure that we've got the cash so we can pay our employees, pay our suppliers, and there's a whole science to that. Financial analysis, what business is good, what business is bad, what's it costing us, how do we make it better, or where is there waste in our business we can eliminate to improve our profitability. Cost accounting kind of falls in line with maybe financial analysis, and then managing capital, right? Managing all the equipment, buying equipment, all the things that you need. Could be trucks, could be machines or whatever, and helping manage that and those investments. How we manage the money. Engineering. Design the product. So they'll do some product design, they'll provide technical support. People go to engineering schools to build stuff. Project management and continuous improvement. And I'm probably not doing that one justice, to be honest. Supplier functions, like I said, they're providing parts and materials for your product. Technical support, any additional skills or abilities that is not needed every day. You don't want to pay somebody to sit on their in a desk and not do anything until you need them. So you might use a supplier for that. Or skills and abilities that you don't have in operations at all. You need that. Nobody can do it all, so supplier management is important. Human resources. They do recruiting, they manage compensation, they manage benefits, they set policy and they enforce policy. So there's a lot around human resources and what do we need for our company to deliver value to our customers. And then information technology. So they're buying and deploying computers, they're managing business software, installing it, they're managing security of your website, and you interact with a lot going on the web nowadays. Website management, and then training to make sure that you can utilize the technology that you need to deliver value to your customers. And lastly, executive offices, the big decisions, right? So they develop strategy. What markets are we in? What products will we deliver? They coordinate all of those other departments together to make sure they're working together. They're defining the culture. And we'll talk about culture in another video because that's a really big deal. And communicating to stockholders in Wall Street. So a lot going on there. They steer the ship, so to speak. So I hope this helps. A little bit of an overview, kind of high level, a lot going on here. Just thought I would share. It's my first video for the B. McCulley School, B-Man School of Business. Feel free to reach out, ask questions on the web or on the channel, and we'll see if we can't continue to do this and help you in your movement toward the private sector and business. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.